Alright, so it's been a while since I've done an experimental type of video where I'm actually trying to push Crazy Talk into doing things that it wasn't intended to do. In this case, what I've done is in Flash, I've just basically quickly drawn up this little sketch of a car. Nothing fancy, I just wanted to get it done and get it over with. So the artwork itself is not the important thing. The important thing is that we drew the character and all the primary angles. So using Puppet Producer, all I'm going to do is I'm going to map these different angles to a corresponding section of a character. In this case, I just want to use the hip area because that's the basic most anchor point for all characters. So I'm going to choose that as my front angle, and let's turn that into the back angle, and here we go back to the 45 and the 90-degree angle and the 135. I also have one set up to be the top angle, the top view. Okay, and now that these are configured, I can use my mirroring options to do some additional generation of the missing angles. So I'm going to go from top to bottom. So now I have my bottom view, which doesn't matter. I'm probably never going to use something like that. But I could probably modify it if I need to. That's my 45. I'm going to mirror it into the 315. There's my side view, my 90-degree view. I'm going to mirror that into my 270. And then there is my final, the 135. I mirror that into the 225. So now, for all intents and purposes, I have a complete character. Now, this character is composed of only a hip area, so everything else is going to be invisible. And on a typical character, you know, things might be all crazy and out of place. But what I'm thinking of is that if I want to do something more advanced, like, you know, for example, I want this car to be a fancy Ferrari or a DeLorean, where the doors open up like this to the top. I could probably map those doors to the arms, so that as I manipulate the character's arms, I can actually control this car's doors opening and closing and things like that. And even if they don't open up and down like that, I can attach certain sprites to these arms, such as the door, so that it can open in and out, or it can be turned invisible or visible whenever needed. So there's a lot of potential for mapping a prop or an object as a character instead of a typical prop or object. So this is where I'm getting at. What I'm getting at is that I don't think we have to be locked into using characters as the typical characters. We can probably do more advanced things of this nature and in essence create a sort of a 3D model type of thing. So I'm going to export this SWF file, and I'm going into Crazy Talk, where I'm going to grab an actor. Let's go in here. Let's get our typical dummy actor and bring him into the stage. Then I'm going to go into the character composer. And I don't expect this to be perfect, so we're going to see what happens. Alright, so obviously there's going to be errors because we didn't put any other sprites in there. This thing is not necessarily where I need it to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double click on this, and I'm just going to find a spot here and just kind of line it up to the center of this bone region. I'm going to do the same thing for the other one. Yep. So it's really not that big of a deal. It just requires some adjusting, and I might not want to do that actually. I'm probably just going to do this for now, and if I need to adjust the rotation, I will later. I think I'm just going to concern myself with aligning it at the center first, because I've had some experiences before when creating like multi-dimensional props by using this feature, where this rotation sort of compensates for itself, and we'll see. Looks like I'm almost done. Let's look at the top and bottom. Okay, looks like I have a character. Alright, so now if I were to map other sprites against all of these extra bits, I could probably do all sorts of fancy stuff with it. You know, maybe I can put an antenna or a flag waving, or maybe like multiple states of these tires if I map them to like the limbs, where I can make those tires spin and do all sorts of neat things like that. So now that I have this character, let's go into this mode here. Well, let's kind of take a look at it real quick. Because it's a multi-dimensional character, I can pretty much just spin it around to whatever angle I need it to be. And that doesn't look that bad at all. And I was right, that rotation kind of helps. Though I may still need to adjust it. I don't know. I'm going to leave it like that for now. Alright, so let's see here. Let's just do something quick and easy. We're going to place this. Oops. Let's start right there. And let's make it into a, I don't know, 600 frame animation. So frame 60 should end up right there again. I mean, frame 600. So now let's go to frame 300. And let's put this right here. So now we have something that ends at the same place where it started, basically. So now let's add some curves. Let's tweak this out a little bit. So we have something that looks like that. Okay. Goes like that. So maybe at this point have it go out a little bit more. Okay, so now we have a nice little animation of this car following around this path. So let's make it a little bit more, somewhat more realistic. So as the car goes this way, I'm going to use my rotation tool to kind of turn my car that way so he can face the direction that he's traveling. Let's see what that looks like now. It might work. With a little bit more time and creativity, I'm pretty sure we can pull it off. Now imagine some kind of continual loop background type of thing, where you have that the background going towards that direction and having the curves and stuff like that. I think we can pretty much make some pretty good action sequences this way, actually. Okay, let's add some camera movement. I'm just going to adjust my camera position right there. Go to my last frame and just kind of move it around a little bit just so I can establish that keyframe. Then I go to my middle frame, like 300. I'll just kind of follow this car around. So give it that shaky handheld effect almost. So I already have my primary keyframe, so I don't have to worry too much. Alright, let's see how that looks. Looks like a very action-packed sequence to me. Let me, just for perspective reasons, I just want to take a quick look. Let's see here. Control. Let's see. Just gonna tweak the path of this car some so that it doesn't quite line up exactly like the other one. And have them start a little late so that they're not in the same time. They look like they're racing each other maybe. Maybe these movements should be a little bit more extreme. And to differentiate, I could always go in here. Should be a very easy adjustment since the colors are pretty much the same. Skin 1. Apply. Skin 2. Apply. Not too worried about that. Yeah, not worried about that either. So now we'll go in here. Make that more curvy. Change the color of that car. Oh. Let's see. Control C. Okay. Since this is the one that has the render styles. Change that to different color. All right, that should do it. So now we have a sort of a car race type of thing going on. There's two different planes. It's kind of weird, but I'm sure that's just a matter of tweaking it. Let's see. I don't know, but I think there's definitely something there. Hopefully this gives you guys some ideas to play around with. You know, start making characters other than the typical, you know, humanoid bipedal character. I mean, you can see there's obviously possibilities for more in here. And yeah, have fun. If you come up with something new and unique, let me know. I'd love to take a look at it.